Good day. This is Cast Iron ASMR with my antique and Curio Shop comic book finds. Some of these comics are Mad Magazines, which are comics. Started out as a comic. So, I went on a summer vacation to a little town in the desert. And it was hot, but there was water, and I love to read comic books at the beach. But I thought, there's no comic books in this town because this town is not even really a town. There's a gas station. There was a little grocery store, no bank, no school, nothing like that. But they had a bunch of like antique shops and a curio shop. Curios? Which I'd never seen a shop actually called a curio shop. And I went in, and at the curio shop, I got these Mad Magazines. And I was looking all over, and they were underneath the table. And I thought, oh, Mad Magazines, hey. Could read those at the beach. And the first one I saw was this one. And it took me right back to summer 1987. And I had this Mad Magazine. And oh, I must have stared at this cover quite a bit. I totally recognized it. I enjoyed Spy versus Spy. Although, when it was Spy versus Spy, when the lady came out, the gray lady spy, I didn't like that. She always won. Where I remember even with Spy versus Spy, as a kid, counting like in the magazines, like how often either the black spy or the white spy, defeated the other spy. And I found that it was always equal. But when the lady spy joined the fray, she always, as far as I remember, she always won. So I did not like that. So I paid $3, and cover price was $3.50 cheap. That's how they always like to advertise. Yeah, I remember this joke. Fairy tale scenes we'd like to see. There's the prince. Oh, he's going to kiss Rapunzel. Jumps up, is climbing up. Smack. And ha. He kissed. Not her lips. Okay, so sadly this one, oh look, there's even more. Yeah, I remember this. But on this one, sadly there's no fold-in page. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe there's a secret fold-in page. No, it's just a comic. But we got a couple unfolded fold-in pages that we can do right now. So here's Mad Bombs again. The price hike from $3.50 to $3.95, but apparently still cheap with an exclamation mark to put that point across. Oh, look, here we go. Here's Spy versus Spy versus Spy. Here he's blue. was a Spy versus Spy video game for the Nintendo, the first Nintendo Entertainment System, which was very complicated a bit. Oh, look, there's Mr. T. I saw a thing where, just like the other day, Mr. T has a daughter who's a stand-up comic, and I just saw this bit she did talking about her dad and Hulk Hogan, and when she went to her first wrestling event, and then Rowdy Roddy Piper, like, broke his ribs. They were just kids, like, Mr. T's like, you know, don't worry, honey. It's all fake. But then, anyway, just made me think of that. All right, let's see if we can do the fold-in at the end. Oh, man. My older brother had Mad magazines, and when I was young, I learned about the Mad magazines from him. And I still remember he said, oh, and you can look for these little jokes, these little drawings that are in the margins. And that, oh man, that blew my mind. I was just like, what? They're drawing little cartoons in the margins? So it's kind of like a game to find them. And you didn't have to read anything because they were always visual gags. Like, what's going on here? This boy's got a, I was going to say toy soldier, but it looks like he's got a flamethrower. He's burning down his sister's dollhouse. Yeah, that would have I would have thought that was good. Oh look, it's Pac-Man. Oh no. Pac-Man is at the dentist. Is Pac-Man just one big tooth? Alright, let's Star Wars. Oh yeah, here we go. See, she's gonna win all of them, I bet. Yep. Bang bang. Here's the first one she won. Yep. She's fine and they die. Oh, they come out. She's rootin' tootin'. Oh, hey, look at that gag. That's pretty cool. All these lines. And then the farmer on his tractor. Yeah, I don't think I'm mistaken. I think she always... Oh. Yeah, she always comes out on top. She stopped. They're flying off the cliff. Alright, let's get to the back here. Oh no, okay, so this one has been... You can tell the perforations, it has been folded, but we'll do it. We'll do it. We will do it. Alright. How will our current military budget result in bloodshed? Here we go with another ridiculous mad fold-in. It's a well-known fact that arming to the teeth always leads to eventual bloodshed. But today our military spending program is already causing a certain kind of painful bloodshed. To find out what it is, fold in the pages as shown at right. Fold page over like this. Then there's always a little caption down here. It's almost like a ridiculous poem. Our leaders cheer when the military lobby blesses itself with tons of money, while feeding us the line that our security is threatened. Defense officials claim they need machinery that kills in order to save lives. Here we've got all these warmongers in, is that the White House? The Pentagon? All right, let's see. How will our current military budget result in bloodshed? A to B. Okay. No. Oh, here we go. See that? Oh, there's the job there. By bleeding us dry. That's how we do it. All your blood and money goes into the Pentagon. All right. So that was Mad Bombs again. This was in the winter. So it's like the sequel 6 months later. All right. Next we have, what did I get? Oh yeah, there's these two ones. So then we got these two older ones. $2. $2. We got Top Gun spoof, which is fitting. There was the new Top Gun movie. Was that this summer? And I think that's what started the. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. I was told that maybe that's where all the mustaches are coming from. All the young folks want to be like Maverick. I don't know. I didn't see it as Maverick in it. All right. Let's take a look at it, actually. It's December 1986. Top Gunk. I really like the art. Artist Mort Drucker. He's excellent. What's the word when they... So you can tell, like, that's Tom Cruise and that lady. And Goose. Is that his name's Goose? And then, so he does a good job representing them. But then it's also like, what's that word? It's a caricature. So it makes it look a little funny. I got some jokes. I read this. There's a picture like on the cover. But that one's a little more serious. And it's not Alfred E. Newman, but Mr. Tom Cruise. Mr. Jolly Rogers' Neighborhood. I never understood when I was a kid why Mr. Rogers would go into his house and take off his shoes and then put on different shoes. And he would like take off his jacket and then just put on like a cardigan. Like when I was young, I did watch Mr. Rogers, but he wasn't my favorite. Oh man, and that owl wasn't bad, but I really didn't like. Who was that freaky? There's Bernardi. There was a freaky doll. Anyway, my favorite was Sesame Street. Sesame Street, and then Mr. Rogers, Mr. Dress Up. There's Gumby. Oh, there she is. What was her name? And I think that like Madame something. And I even thought that it was a guy for the longest time, even though I think, did they say her name? She was always, anyway, she wasn't my favorite. Oh, and that. What else? There was like a little lion or something. Tiger. So wimpy. Alright, let's see if we can do... Oh, this fold-in has been pre-folded. How can devastating floods of gunk and filth be stopped? Damage from devastating floods is enormous. Adding up the mounting costs is shocking. People are taking a bath of ruinous proportions. It's giving them all the shivers. So look at this flood. It's like a giant flood, man. There's a cow, cat on oil barrel, dogs. So just by looking at this, I can tell that I haven't folded it before. But it looks like there's going to be a face. That's the eye, the hair, maybe the nose. So, how can devastating floods of gunk and filth be stopped? Oh, who's that? That's that lady. Hold on. What does it say? What's her name again? She passed away. Dan, the month. What's her name? Oh, Joan Rivers. Oh, because it's a river. What is it? Damp. The moan. Don't know. I ruined the joke. Shivers. Rivers. Okay. Oh, damn. The mouth of rivers. So it's supposed to be like, damn the mouth. Anyway, you get the idea. Damn the mouth of Joan Rivers. Free car window bonus. Schmuck on board. I played a disc golf course where there's a giant, well, not giant, there's a big sign with Alfred E. Newman's face like that, and it's on like the first tree of this long hole. I think it says hit me. It should say, I was gonna say, what did he say? What, me worry? But people, it distracts them. Anyway, I just thought I'd have like this sign. I think it's like this type of sign there. Okay, schmuck on board. Next we've got Mad Magazine from 1994. So this one, there was quite a few Mad Magazines, but I got the two that I remembered, and then these two, because there's going to be jokes about Seinfeld and X-Men, and I thought, is this the X-Men movie? Isn't that too early? It is too early. 94. Maybe there was an X-Men cartoon. No, there wasn't that yet. This is a joke about Rush Limbaugh. Private Parts. That's referring to Howard Stern's book and movie. A bestseller we'd hate to see. Because Rush Limbaugh isn't attractive. Here we got the X-Men. Need some turtles. There's no Looney Tunes. Yosemite Sam. It was my favorite. Oh, Taz had a big comeback in the 1990s. Everybody, stickers. Tasmanian Devil. I think there were stickers of him like giving the finger and stuff. There's the Seinfeld. Pictures by Mr. Mort Drucker. There's Stan Hart, writer. What's the deal with Mad Comics? Yeah. At any given time, there are millions of people with colds. So where does all that mucus go? Maybe into the streams and rivers, which feed into our water supply. And why isn't anyone worrying about that except me? All right. Without any further ado, let's get to this unfolded mad fold-in page. What's the joke? Let's see here. What sadistic April Fool's trick never leaves them laughing? We got pictures of people doing some practical jokes. The water buzzer, no, water splasher, squirter. This lady put some glue in his hat. And it looks like they're, oh, this is all just being imagined, I guess. Electrocuting somebody. The money. Poking someone's eye out. Now look at this one. These are all, practical jokes. They're doing it to themselves. Sniff my flower. But look at this guy. He's just tripping this lady and making her fall into this tree. He's just assaulting her. And up here, that guy's about to get a sword up his butt. The danger in physical humor is we often behold mindless jokes that maim people every year. And April being the worst time, it's a good idea for us to flee for our lives from any prankster who seems menacing. Alright, here we go. Yeah, this has never been folded. Alright. Or maybe it has. No, I don't think so. Okay. Ball. What sadistic April Fool's trick never leave them laughing? The old, what's this, mind? Me? Oh man, I'm so bad at this. Oh, this is the IRS. I see that. Is that what that says? The old mid-April thing. Somebody's doing some backing up there. Alright, well, that's that. Alright, so these were from the Curio Shop. And then I went into this antique shop and they had a stack of old comics, like really battered. I thought, oh cool, they got comics. A bunch of like Walt Disney. But they had a couple of these romance comics, which are so rare to find, at least I find that they're rare to find. So I got them. This is my first ever Marvel Comics romance comic called Love Story. Well, that's the title, is Love Story. tales of romance torn from the pages of real life. That's a pretty cool cover. This lady coming out onto the rooftop. I told you before, and I meant it. Stay away from that boy. Ignore her, Danny. She's jealous because she's scared of men. Afraid to love. Looks like at any time maybe like Spider-Man or the Daredevil will jump onto that roof. So I haven't read this one yet. But it looks awesome. Does it look awesome? Oh man, she's getting a smackdown. There's always lots of slaps and punching in romance comics. The jealousy. I'm at the beach, showering, crying, tears. Oh man, look at that guy. Giving him the smackdown. Oh man, did he just push her? That old lady. Oh man, what's going on here? Okay, this looks bad. They need like a superhero to come in. That'd be funny if they had a crossover with one of the superheroes and like one of these romance comics at Marvel. Oh, here's the letters. Susan says, oh my. Yeah, these are all ripped. Look at this. It's not even together. And I'm like, how much do you want for your comics? And he said, oh my God, what did he say? $3. Normally I wouldn't have paid $3. Well, for this should be like 25 cents, 50 cents. But it was a small town. Like, how many people are buying these antiques? And how often do I get a chance to buy or see old comics? So I bought these, all 4 of them. Then he even gave me a deal. I think he ended up 4, 6, I don't know. Maybe they were like $1 a piece or something. I helped him move something. He's like, oh, you look like a strong young guy. So we moved this giant, it was like a giant, what are those things called when you got your wood stove or your fireplace and you squish the thing and the air comes out? It was one of those, but it was for like a blacksmith shop, so it was huge. It took 2 of us, me on this end and him on that end, and it was pretty amazing. All right, and he had some Archies. He had 4 Archies. 4 Archies, and I bought 2. Look at how flaky this one is. It's even ripped inside. I was like, oh my God, you want $3 for this? But I bought it. And I bought it specifically. This is the one I was telling you before, how Archie Comics would recycle their covers from time to time. So this is from Betty and Me, number 30. Oh, it looks like there's a name on there. It's pretty faded. Ollie? I don't know. So what year is this? This is from September 1970. And just on hand here I have, so there's Betty, she says, here, let me take a look here. What does Betty say? Archie, what do you think of my new swimsuit? And then Archie's rushing over, and he says, it definitely makes a girl worth waiting for. And Jughead looks like he found that pretty funny. So Archie Andrews, Where Are You? Comic Digest magazine, number 46. They just reuse that joke. Same artist. I think that's Danny Carlo both. Yep. So is it really cheating when you're copying your own stuff? Nah. And they even change it, joke a little. What do you think of my new swimsuit, Archie? It's definitely worth waiting for, Betty. Because he's wading into the water. And it's waiting. Anyway. That's just an example of the reused thing. So, yeah, this Betty and Me. That's pretty cool. I definitely read this on the beach. Good classic stories. Oh, here we got a letters to Dear Betty. Let's have one. I have a crush on a boy who is in 3 of my classes. I am anxious to find out if he likes me. Have you any suggestions? You have 3 good places for starting a conversation. Any one of the 3 classes. Once you begin talking, I'm sure you'll find mutual interests. Start from there. Good advice, Betty. What do we got here? My friend comes to my house to listen to my records. When she is finished, she leaves my room in a mess. I've hinted to her that I have to clean it up after her. What more can I do? L.S. Kenner, L.A. For the record, I would stop hinting. Tell her if she wanted to do some long playing, she'd better stop flipping things around and help clean up. Alright, may as well read them all. I have a problem with a very good pal. We are constantly fighting and breaking up. We're constantly fighting and break up. Then we miss each other so much, we get back together again. We agreed not to fight anymore, but before we know it, we're scrapping again. Help us. J.D. Victoria, Australia. The 2 of you seem to have a wonderful relationship, except for a little quirk that keeps cropping up. Why not have a long hair down session and find out what seems to bother both of you about each other? Betty, they don't have a wonderful relationship. They just start beating each other up. This is what's his name, the artist? Al Bagley, I think. He's my least favorite. Vaguely? I don't know. It's always so kiddie. Betty's really good, a really good mechanic and a cook. She's nice. Look at that smack. Little Archie. There's a nice pin-up. $5 for 2 tickets. This is outrageous. What are you squawking about? You didn't pay for the tickets. She pays for the dates. There's Jughead. There's Jug in the bare feet. That's cool, man. 70s. Oh, I was like, when I first started reading, when I flipped through initially, like I've read this already, I thought, oh, cool. There's a Chuck Clayton story, and I like the older Chuck Clayton stories because they're just more interesting character. Now all he does is draw comic books. Oh, I'm going to draw comic books. He used to have like a temper and be competitive with Archie. Always Get in fights with his dad, the coach, Coach Clayton. But it turns out that this guy, I'd never heard of him before. Why don't we ask Billy Boston, the chocolate shop's resident psychiatrist? Let's. So he's like the town, well, like psychiatrist teenager. And so they're like, what's the deal with Archie? And I don't know. Some comical thing happens. Yeah, Archie Comics. They are wonderful. This thing barely being held together. Still slightly stable. Okay. One more romantic romance comic. It's all new. Romantic story. Oh, look. There's a free pin-up poster of the Partridge Family inside because it's published by Charlton Comics. Only swingers need apply. Ruthie is a talented fashion illustrator. I should care if she gets hung up. I should care if she gets hung up with that no-good swinging phony. It's her life, darn it. I do care. Too much, perhaps. Should care. Look, there's somebody did some drawings on this dude. He's sticking out his tongue. And he's got a little bit of makeup on his eye. She's got some gaps in her teeth filled in. Look at this guy's mustache. He's a swinger. I did read this one. Yeah, I haven't read the other one yet. But I had to check out the swinger story. And actually this first one is great. These are a bunch of stewardesses. And they all decide to get an apartment together. Oh, and they start getting lots of dates. Like Raoul, Hans, Alberto, Ian, and Bill. Yeah, because they're traveling to London, Berlin, Rome, Paris, and New York. And then I think, like, one of the guys she's going out with is just using her for, like, to be a drug mule. Seriously. Oh, yeah, there's the punch. Punch. And the kissing. Oh, here we got the free Partridge Family pinup. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, they go on lots of dates to the beach. What's the story? Is this the swinger? I hope you'll be happy, darling. Oh, he has amnesia, and like they used to be married, and then I think he got married again. But here comes the swingers with the mustaches and the cocktails and just fashion designer. He's such a square. Oh, yeah. Some attractive outfits. Yeah, this one was boring. For the lead story, swingers, I don't see any punching. And I don't see much kissing. They only kiss at the end. What's this? Aren't you going to defend your lover's honor and punch out the swinging mustache man? Okay. There was one more. Jughead. Jughead number 232. Jug, here comes some moochers. Are you putting the food away? As fast as I can. What kind of pie is that? It's clumpy and yellow. People used to always have chicken at their picnics. Chicken. The moochers. This is great. There's Betty and Archie, Jug, Veronica, but here comes Dilton and Moose and Reggie. It's a weird, sort of a weird combination. Not really, I guess. Moose and Dilton are friends. It's kind of like the elephant and the mouse pairing. So, yeah, I definitely read this. Good Jughead comic. We got a Sam Schwartz drawn tail. Some Reggie. Oh, there's Big Apple. Got Hot Dog. Hot Dog was a character who originated in the cartoon, the Archie's cartoon, and then they brought him over to the comics. In the beginning, he was Archie's dog. Look, this story doesn't even have any words. That's how you can tell a story. Oh, here comes Big Apple. Look at this. A new Archie's restaurant is now open. Visit us at 2790 Broadway, Maryville, Indiana. Casual dining and fun for the entire family. So there it is. My antique store. I never thought I'd get comics at an antique store. And Curio Shop. Comic finds. Mad Magazines. Thanks for hanging out with me and